Okay, g'day everybody. Doing a just a little scenic tour today. I'm at the city of Ipswich, west of Brisbane, about 35 minutes from my hometown. Just had lunch at the Queen's Park Cafe. Seemed expensive on the menu, but it actually ended up being really big size feed. Good quality food, I'm happy. And yeah, I'll give you a look around. Okay, so just giving you a little look around this Queen's Park. Just looking back towards Brisbane Road, the main road into central Ipswich, city itself. So there's plenty of nice big trees here. This is an old croquet club, or whatever you call it. That is the cafe that we just went to. So open 7 days, 8 AM till 4 PM. There's a reasonable amount of parking here. There is a lot of people here too though. So anyway, gonna head over to the train museum or train workshop, whatever it's called, and we'll get back. Cool. This is filming up behind the cafe now. It's like, there's a lookout. There's a lookout up on the hill. This is the little ring road that goes behind the cafe. Just giving you a little scenic view. Again, this is Queen's Park, Ipswich. There's some Japanese gardens down there. Some interesting little house, maybe. I don't know whose that was. Okay, off to the Railway Museum. Righto, downtown Ipswich. passing. I don't know if we're on the right way. Like it. This is heading over to the Rail Workshop Museum. That's what it looks like from the main street. This is looking back up the street. So, get back. I just thought I'd have to throw this in for my American mates and anybody else from around the world that think we've got stuff that wants to kill you everywhere we go. War memorial thing here as well, so we'll go have a look at that and get back. Righto. This train here, steam locomotive, number 444 Maron. So it says here that, oh, there we go, that's better. Ended service in 1908 and it ran up until 1968, so roughly 60 years. And it ran for almost 2 million kilometres, hauled the last official steam load for Queensland Railways. And this was made in Maryborough in Queensland. It was 56 tonnes. You know, hauling loads across Queensland for nearly 60 years and 2 million kilometres. How efficient is that? That's like made in Australia in a small town. So operated for 60 years hauling passengers and cargo around Queensland. 2 million kilometres, that's so efficient. And it was energy independent, ran off Queensland Australian coal and water. And maintenance and elbow grease from Australian men. Can't get much better than that. Okay, here's a small little story about the gatekeepers. Women were first employed in the railways as gatekeepers, often after a husband. There's a little story here about this lady here. When their husbands died, or sometimes if the husband also maintained the tracks, they were usually put up into a small little house, and the women maintained the gates. And of the ones that were widowed, it was an early form of social security for women who had families without a husband. You know, how unreal is that? It's not like today where you just get a free lunch and you never have to work again. You can just bludge off the taxpayer. These people were provided with the security of a house, provided with a secure job to maintain the gates, and it also says collecting tickets and running the post and telegraph office and Commonwealth Bank. So, you know, this is when Australia was really happening, when people worked. We've got a nation of bludgers now. Something has to change. Bring back national service in many forms, not just military. This is a national service. They are provided a means of housing and income, but they're also giving back to the community. Unreal. Bring it back. Here we go, here's some models, the timeline of locomotives. Well, at least in Queensland anyway. So now we're heading up to the 1930s for the first diesels. Still into diesels now, we're getting into the 1980s, the first electrics. And these are the more modern suburban passenger trains for, suburban passenger trains from the 1994 period. Okay, so here we got a cutaway of the turbo diesel locomotive engine. We'll start here at this is the turbo. There's a twin turbo actually on a V configuration 4-stroke diesel engine. Yeah, I'm assuming that's the flywheel there with the generator. Yeah, there'll be a flywheel, and it looks like this is going to be a twin cam. That's the camshaft there. There's the valve springs, huge pistons in the cylinders with the connecting rod down there. In red with the crankshaft winding through. With the big log exhaust with the inlet. It's a cutaway of the radiator. And up the front was a air compressor. Oh yeah. All driven from the crankshaft. Is that another flywheel? Yeah, right. Okay. So, does it say it's a 1650 horsepower 4-stroke V configuration 12 cylinder? Yeah. Made in Queensland at Rockley. So again, when Australia was producing stuff. There's the batteries. Yeah, cool. There's another something down there. There's a hell of a lot of kids stuff here. Thomas the Tank Engine. There's face painting and kids rides and all sorts of stuff out the front there for anyone interested. They've tried to make this family friendly. Cool. So now we've got model railway line sort of depicting everything from, this is the very old city, but must have been from back in the 1980s when, if we come around here, people still used to drive V8 touring cars to work. And then, yeah, that must be like Brisbane in the 80s, Roma Street Station, and then this is like meant to be suburbia. I'm going the opposite way around, but just because there was people there. So there's moving away. This is meant to be moving a little bit more into the outback sort of stuff. Little old workers' cottages and like rural towns where you'll have wheat and other things, probably timber, etc., etc. With the silos and then the coal. And Winton, that's like far west far northwest of Brisbane or Queensland. So that's all like mining area up around there, but that's got beef, stockyard, etc. This is meant to be Coranda up near Cairns, going up the mountain ranges into the jungles or rainforest, whatever you want to call it, crossing the Barron River. It's also got the Coranda Sky Rail. So I've been on the Coranda line and been up to the Sky Rail up there. That's up near Cairns, by the way. And here we got sugarcane going over to the sugar mill. So it gets dropped off to the big diesel, which takes it back to the port. So yeah, anyway. These are all wooden patterns for the casting of sand casting of parts for the trains of all various sizes and shapes and all sorts of stuff, down to the sprockets and the wheels and you name it. And these are the moulds. Little video on how it all works. Okay guys, obviously back at home now. Unfortunately my phone ran out of batteries and that was the end of the video. I concluded that that actual little museum requires a video all of its own, and I'm going to go back out to, I signed up, got a annual pass, so that gives me unlimited access to go there. So I'll do a whole video just on that railway museum. Might end up even being broken up into a couple, and I'll finish off doing another video about things around Ipswich because we couldn't cover everything. We spent a whole day there, so yeah, we'll be going back to Ippy and putting it online. Cool. See you later, everybody.